In 1989, the Consumers Association said it had concerns about the stability of certain off-road cars. But even so, I'm ashamed to admit, I continued to be a fan of the Suzuki SJ.
There's more. Ever heard the expression, real men don't eat quiche? Well, its automotive equivalent is, real men don't drive Suzuki Vitaras. People say they're hairdressers' cars, but I have another admission to make. I like them too. They're fun, they're chunky. You get a 5-door, they're practical. They're a laugh. Happily, you can still buy a Vitara, but Suzuki has recently launched an alternative called the X-90. Now, in a fax they sent to me today, they say there is no two-seater car like the X-90 on the road today. You can say that again. And so for any person wanting to make a clear statement about their lifestyle, whether they be young or young at heart, X-90, they say, says it all, with an exclamation mark. Indeed it does.
Pay attention, Gervais. Pay attention, Debbie Ann. This one's for you. It costs just £11,300, which is good value when you consider it has 4-wheel drive. However, it doesn't take long to work out why.
It certainly isn't burdened with an oversupply of fruit. Yes, there's power steering. Yes, there's electric windows, but the radio is an option. There's no door pockets. It's just a sea of black plastic, enlivened only by this trim. Trim so vivid it defies any attempt to think of a simile. It's more vivid than... nope. Can't think of a thing.
It's not as though there's a rush either, because this is not a fast car. It takes 14.5 seconds to get from 0 to 60, and it's completely out of puff at 95. The handling's not much to write home about either. It's bouncy, and if you go faster than 60, the 16-valve 1600cc engine starts to get noisy. Then there's the roll. It goes round corners a bit like a punt.
The steering wheel acts primarily in an advisory capacity. You can twirl it to your heart's content, but if the front wheels are feeling militant, they'll simply ignore any instructions from the management.
Actually, I'm being cruel here. I'm reviewing it as though it were a car, and that's not fair. If you think of it as an off-roader, it's not bad. Certainly, I'd rather swerve in one of these than in a Range Rover.
Here's a tip for any dogs watching tonight. If you must run into the road in front of an off-roader, better make it one of these.
And that's because it isn't really an off-road car. It has road car tyres, and for £10,300, Suzuki will sell you an X-90 that doesn't even have 4-wheel drive. Suzuki, it seems, knows its customers well.
You see, the only time that Gervais or Debbie Ann would ever go off-road is if they fail to make it round a corner. Way!
So fine.
Excuse me, is there anywhere around here I can get a cut and blow dry? Now then, during that musical interlude, I don't doubt you'll have noted the bulging wheel arches, the fat alloy wheels, which are a £600 option. Then there's the roof panels, which lift out to reveal a 2-seater interior. Round the back, there's a spoiler and a boot, a conventional one. That's unusual in a cross-country car. Or maybe you've noted none of these things, because you're sitting there thinking, that is the most stupid-looking car I have ever seen in my entire life. Want to meet the designer? What inspired you to design the X-90?
If the X-90 were a haircut, it would be sported by Michael Bolton, or maybe Phil Oakey from his early days in the Human League, or Coolio. No, that's being silly, but nevertheless, the X-90 is weird. It's not a proper off-roader, and despite the lift-out roof and the two-seater innards, it certainly isn't a sports car either. It's beaten in every way by its much more likeable sister, the Vitara, which costs almost exactly the same. You know, there are almost no occasions when the X-90 is suitable, but if you must have one, let me make a suggestion. Wait until nightfall before taking it out, and that way, no one will see you.